This is the A320.
We have concluded firm orders for 50 Airbus Industry A320 twin-jet aircraft and have taken options for an additional 50 A320s.
In this edition of the Braniff magazine, the Braniff press conference in New York.
I believe you will see that these orders mesh with our overall strategy, a strategy that's been designed to restore Braniff to its historic role in air transportation.
A closer look at the A320 both inside and out, and a quick review of passenger statistics. But first, a Braniff commercial.
You can believe in Braniff, believe in what we do. We're proud to say we're Braniff, we're proud of serving you. We're hard at work to be the best, from coast to coast above the rest.
You can believe in Braniff.
Things have been pretty quiet around Terminal A in Kansas City since Eastern pulled their hub out. But this spring, all that is going to change. Out in front, you'll soon be seeing the Braniff logo on the Terminal A sign. In December of '88, Braniff announced a $22 million deal with Eastern to get control of 16 gates at KCI. With this acquisition, Braniff now controls over 50% of the jet parking available at KCI. Now you're probably asking yourself, why would Braniff commit our hub to Kansas City when Eastern couldn't make it work? What does Braniff see that Eastern could not?
Well, the first thing we see there is the development of a straight hub synergy similar to what Piedmont had developed in Charlotte, where we depend strictly on, or in the main, on connecting traffic from ourselves, from feeding ourselves, from shorter haul markets into longer haul destinations. Eastern's hub was somewhat different from that in that it was fairly typical of their connecting patterns that they had used in Atlanta and other places. In addition to that, our commitment to the marketplace is such that we know from the local traffic demands in Kansas City and the larger metro area that with expanded schedule opportunities, we can get tremendous acceptance from the local community. We have no reason to believe, based on research that we have done, that Kansas City cannot supply the adequate traffic base on a local basis as well as those connecting points to make it a highly successful operation.
Did Braniff move to Kansas City because Eastern pulled out?
Well, we had a situation where Eastern left Kansas City. However, our plans to expand the Kansas City hub were not in any way conditioned on whether or not Eastern left. They had been moving their services down before we actually began to expand our operation, but our plans and schedules for expansion were there before their announcement was made.
A strong hub system is only one of the pieces it takes to make a successful airline. With the Orlando and Kansas City hubs, Braniff is now in a position to become a major competitor in the airline industry. A second piece to the puzzle is modern, efficient aircraft. On January 4th, at a press conference in New York, top management from Braniff, IAE, and Airbus Industry announced the airline industry deal of the year.
We have concluded firm orders for 50 Airbus Industry A320 twin-jet aircraft and have taken options for an additional 50 A320s. These aircraft represent an order valued at approximately $3.5 billion. Coupled with our existing fleet and prior orders and options, they would ultimately give Braniff a fleet of 171 jet aircraft.
Braniff's fleet is going to start changing very soon. Our current fleet consists of 24 Boeing 727-200s, 18 BAC 111s, and 11 Boeing 737-200s. We expect delivery of additional 737-200s from American Airlines. Braniff also has a firm order for 12 Fokker 100s and an option for another 6. And the addition of the new A320s will provide Braniff's fleet with the most modern aircraft available in civil aviation. The A320 is a product of Airbus Industry. It is a modern, single-aisle, passenger aircraft designed to meet the needs of operators worldwide for the next 25 years. The A320 has an elegant interior, wide aisle for easier movement and better service, practical overhead storage with over 20% more usable volume per passenger. A built-in handrail offers convenience and additional in-flight safety. This cabin is 7 inches wider than the 737 or 727. But what about first-class service?
Our plans are to proceed with the implementation of first-class service on Braniff. All of the new aircraft that Braniff has coming will be configured in a first-class and coach configuration, and we have plans internally in place for the conversion of existing Braniff aircraft to a first and coach configuration. We estimate that the total program will take us from 12 to 14 months.
The Braniff A320s will seat 148 passengers in a first-class and coach configuration. It has a cargo volume of 1,369 cubic feet, 56.4% larger than a 737. It has the most advanced flight deck in civil aviation. Two primary features of the airplane are the fly-by-wire digital flight control systems and the CRT displays. Fly-by-wire means that there is no mechanical connection between the pilot and the flight controls. The advantage of this is an open area in front of the pilot without any clutter from conventional control columns. Pilots can see their primary flight display, the navigational display, the engine instruments, and the system display in case of failure. The pilot flies the A320 with a side stick controller. The red button is an autopilot disconnect, and this is a radio transmit switch.
The characteristics of the flight control system in the A320 are that if the stick is free, as it is at the moment with the autopilot disengaged, the airplane will maintain 1G flight in pitch, corrected for bank angle and pitch attitude, and 0 roll rate. And it is this which gives the airplane its nice characteristics of flight path stability in the short term, which is so attractive to the average pilot.
The A320 will be powered by the V2500 turbofan engine, produced by International Aero Engines. Nicholas Tomasetti from IAE comments on Braniff's choice of aircraft.
We at IAE congratulate Airbus on an excellent airplane and applaud Braniff's selection of the A320 with the V2500 engine. I can say with great confidence that Braniff have chosen an airplane engine combination which will provide them market leadership for a long time. The V2500 engine has two basic advantages. It uses substantially less fuel and is much quieter than our competitive engine. This results in obviously lower operating costs, and Braniff will have the quietest fleet of 150 passenger aircraft in North America.
But new aircraft delivery positions are very scarce in this industry. Where did Braniff acquire these airplanes? Well, Pan Am came very close to owning these A320s.
Pan American had 16 firm delivery positions and 34 options. We have firmed up all 50 as firm deliveries at Braniff. To Braniff, so Braniff then picks up Pan American's actual delivery positions, which start in July of this year.
The first two A320s will arrive this summer, and we will acquire all 50 within the next 6 years. And now, let's take a look at some of our customer comments for the month of November. We registered 438 complaints and 71 compliments. Notably, we received 41 complaints about customer service when there were flight problems, and 17 complaints about employee attitude. The highest number of complaints were directly related to flight cancellations and delays. On the positive side, we received 22 compliments about our in-flight crew and their attitude. In this particular category, we received more compliments than complaints. Now, as most of you know, there are always more people that complain than compliment. But keep in mind that for every customer that we do hear from, there are many, many more that never said anything at all. A happy customer will come back. An unhappy customer tells their friends. Now here's a look at the December statistics. In December, Braniff had 611 million available seat miles, a 47% increase over a year ago. We end-planed 462,373 customers, a 74% increase from last year. In 1988, our end-planements rose 70% from 1987. Braniff now serves 39 cities in the United States and Nassau. These are exciting times at Braniff. The beginning of 1989 marks a major turning point for this company. The pieces are now starting to fall into place. We will occupy Terminal A sometime in March. The Braniff Reservation Center in Kansas City is now being geared up for operation. The Fokker 100s will begin arriving in September. And now, with the addition of the A320s into the fleet, Braniff is well on the way to becoming a major competitor in the airline industry. But where will Braniff be a year from now?
We see ourselves a year from now as a carrier that has been able to introduce some of those most modern equipment in the business, and in the process of that, replacing some of the VAC-111 aircraft that we're flying, expanded service at the Kansas City hub, and with an operation that has moved into a first-class operation with considerably more emphasis as a result of additional scheduling on the business traveler, and the expansion of schedules into the major markets that Braniff serves.
And now to close the show, here's our second commercial.
You can believe in Braniff, believe in what we do. We're proud to say we're Braniff, we're proud of serving you. We're hard at work to be the best, from coast to coast above the rest.
You can believe in Braniff.
If you have any questions or comments regarding the content of this video magazine, please feel free to call or write to the address you see on your screen.